What's going to happen to our children who was born in the foreign land? Are they going to know where we come from? Are they going to be the same like us? Are we still have to think like our parent? Or are we going to adopt the land where they was born on? Because we realize today that children who were born in the foreign land get not to know the culture of their parent. And these children will marry there and give to birth grandchildren, maybe with another person from another nationality. So how do you call these children?
Technician, entrepreneur, business people, traveler, Fokou Media is your channel. Subscribe, like and share.
I like to play bass guitars. It's one of my passions as well, just like YouTube it is. This guitar needs to be connected to the amp so that you can get the proper sound, okay? But today is not a guitar job. If you are new in this channel, my name is Alphonse Fokou. Alphonse Fokou is the only guy who was born in the same village with Francis Ngannou. If you don't know Francis Ngannou is a Cameroonian who beat people to make a living. Who am I actually? I'm a man on my early 50. You may be asking yourself what we do in this channel. This channel is actually for African diaspora, African who live in the foreign land. That's what is African diaspora for me. Okay, we are here to share the lifestyle of African diaspora. We are here to share the knowledge about entrepreneurship and about our different field in the technical world. In the technical world where we are living in, we got a lot of experience and we need to share to inspire other people. So we do tutorial about our technical field. I will not deny the fact that being born in Cameroon, I'm who I am, and grown up and being mature in South Africa make me who I am. So those two countries very important. Remember, today we are doing some conversation. So I want you to be with me because on this conversation, maybe we can discover ourselves. And then for this 2024, we might do some changes. You know, it's only by doing changes that you can have a different result. Positive change, of course. You know, Cameroon is my motherland and South Africa is my home because I actually live in South Africa. South Africa grew me and South Africa made me who I am. My children are South African. I have been living in South Africa more than I have stayed in Cameroon. So going close to 3 decades in South Africa is not a joke. So Cameroon being my motherland and South Africa being my home make me who I am today, make my children who are there today. So talking about our origin, we came to this world to build our story, to leave our legacy. Most of the time, if our children cannot represent our legacy, what we're going to do in this world will present our legacy. So if we are not longer in this world, probably our children will talk about us when we're not going to be in this world anymore. If our children cannot talk about us in our absence, what we did and what we have managed to do, the way we have touched other people's heart should talk about us. You are saying you are from South Africa. You say you are from Botswana. You say you are from Zimbabwe. You say you are from Cameroon. You say you are from Nigeria. If we go only on 3 generations, do you know where your grandparent come from? Do you know where your grandparent come from before you call another person names? And for the moment you are an African, you remain African. I don't know why we come out and follow what other people come and impose to us. See, in my channel, I talk a lot about African diaspora because I believe we are African and we have to know each other. I believe we are African, we have to learn from each other. I have to learn from your culture, you learn from my culture. Just a sign of Ubuntu. Ubuntu is not the issue only of South African, it's of all African. It's all African. Through you, I become somebody. Through me, you become somebody. Through me and you, we become somebody. That is Ubuntu. I got children just like you. You guys, I'm talking to you. I'm sure you got children who are born in the foreign land, who grown up in the foreign land. These children have given to birth to another children. Today, you are a grandparent in the foreign land. Your children doesn't even know where you were coming from. Let's say 50 years down the line, are we going to call these children foreigner, or are they from that land where they was born? Me, I was born in Cameroon, come to South Africa and grow my family in South Africa, give birth to the children who was born in South Africa. They don't even know where Cameroon is. They don't even know. Guys, let's check this. Alphonse Fokou immigrated from Cameroon, come to a country called South Africa, married in South Africa, give birth to the children who grown up in South Africa. 30 years down the line, these children married to a Congolese, to a Nigerian in South Africa, gave birth to my grandchildren. Those grandchildren who are there Cameroonian, Congolese, Nigerian, the South African, and what? Those children are African children. Let me take this scenario. A South African born in South Africa immigrate to Gabon, married a Gabonese, have children in Gabon. Those children, after 25 years, get married and married a Nigerian in Gabon. And they have a grandchildren there. What is the nationality of those children? We are all African, guys. You are claiming to be either South African, Nigerian. Do you know where your grandparents come from? Nigerian is close to Cameroon. There are people in Cameroon who are Nigerian. There are people in Nigeria who are Cameroonian. So you say you are proud. You hit your chest that you are a Nigerian, not knowing that your grandparents come from Cameroon. What is the nationality of that child if it's not African? Are you telling me that child, is it from Cameroon because your grandparent come from Cameroon? Or are you telling me that child is from Nigeria because your grandparent come from Nigeria, or your parent come from Nigeria? Are you telling me you're a South African because your mother is a South African? Guys, let's take this new year for tolerance. Let's take this new year to apply Ubuntu. Let's take this new year to be a real and true African. That's why in this channel, we promote the lifestyle of African diaspora. African diaspora is only an African who living in the foreign land. You can be living in the foreign land in the Europe side, or in Asia, or in America, or still in Africa. You are an African because you are just living in the foreign land. It's not mean that you are not an African. Just like Malema used to say, you have a house with many rooms, and those rooms, you consider those rooms as the country you call today. One room is Nigeria, another room is Congo, another room is South Africa, another room is Zimbabwe. In South Africa, we got South African who doesn't have my color. Who doesn't have my color? And you're gonna see your fellow brother who got the same color with you, and then you say he's not an African. You say you guys doesn't belong in the same place. You will be saying, you call him kwara kwara. You call him foreigner. But guys, you see, I think the best way is for us to go through our originality. If we check our originality, we always understand that we are brother and sister. And if we start working as a brother and sister, we're going to grow more because we'll be growing together. And that's where this phenomenon, this spirit of Ubuntu will remain and exist among us. So I wish 2024 bring us a lot of spirit of Ubuntu. I wish 2024 make us recognize our brother and sister as African. That's why I invite you to remain in this channel so that we will be able to explore other parts of Africa together. We will be able to explore the lifestyle of another African in the foreign land somewhere. We will be able to share the knowledge of African living in the Africa or living elsewhere in the world. We will be able to share the knowledge of a lot of technicians who live in the foreign land. particular African people. We will be able to entertain you. We're going to entertain you because by getting to understand how other fellow brother and sister living in another part of the world, it can make you do some changes in your life. It can make you do some positive changes in your lifestyle. So guys, let us in 2024 be more brother and sister. Let us bring that spirit of Ubuntu among us. Let us recognize our brother and sister, even only by color. That should be our basic, to understand that you're a brother and sister. I don't need to know what particular room you belong to in Africa. As long as you got my color, I know you're my brother and sister. No matter what, as long as you got my color, you're my brother and sister. From the same motherland. You're my brother and sister from the same motherland. I'm not saying that if you don't have my color, you're not my brother and sister. If you don't have my color, you'll be my brother and sister, but we don't belong in the same motherland. We don't belong in the same motherland. Yes. And you also, you know that I don't belong in your motherland. That's what's going to happen to our children who was born in the foreign land. Did they going to know where we come from? Are they going to be the same like us? Are we still have to think like our parents? Or are we going to adopt the land where they was born on? Because we realize today that children who were born in the foreign land get not to know the culture of their parents. And these children will marry there and give to birth grandchildren, maybe with another person from another nationality. So how do you call these children? Did you call them African? Do you call them Afro-African? What name are we going to give to these people? You must be very lucky to live more than 100 years. Are we still consider that our home is only where we come from? Because if our home is not where we stay, it's not where we make our family, it's not where we grow our children, it's not where we become a grandparent, you will be homeless. So my home is where I stay. What about you? We stay to the new land till even our parent will pass on. We don't even have an opportunity to go and bury our parent with dignity. We don't have that opportunity. Some of us doesn't have a proper documentation to go and bury our parent. Some of us, since they left their motherland, is many, many years that they have never returned back. Some of us go to a foreign land and marry another foreign person, give birth to another children who doesn't know where we come from. We go to the point whereby we don't want to invest in our home because we are always thinking about our motherland. We get to the point that we refuse to invest our money where we live, where we stay, where we have built our family, where we got our children, because we are just thinking about where we was born. And by thinking about where we was born, we end of the day, we don't build things where we are. So I just want us to realize and to go back a little bit and think twice. Because I think our life is here. Our life is where we do our thing. Our life is where we grown up. Our life is where we raise our children, where we marry. Everything is where we live. It's not where we're coming from. But I'm not saying that we have to forget about where we're coming from. I'm just trying to say that don't put all your package there, because most of the cases, when we die, we're going to take our body back where we're coming from. But I'm not sure your children who was born here, if they die, they're going to take their body in the same place where their grandparents come from. I'm doubting. Because sometimes they don't even speak the language of where you're coming from. So why they will be going there?